But if you do a good reset and relaunch it, you're going to be in a much better position, and you do get that first impression over and again. Let's go back to why listings go stale, but what you can do about them to refresh it. So right now, Tigo, we're seeing homes be on the market a little bit longer than they had been in the past.
Yeah, and we're still historically, it's not crazy. It's like 35 is the average days on market for homes that sold last month. And that's kind of in line with what you would expect.
So when a seller goes, well, the average is 35 days, I'm sitting at 60 days or 2 months or 3 months, they're going, something's not right, right? Because their house is taking longer to sell.
So what we wanted to talk about is how to refresh a home that has been on the market for a while and get it back out there to attract buyers' attention.
Right. So what are some actionable tips that we can put out here?
Well, the first thing I would say is, as a seller, there's a mind shift that should be going on. It should have happened already, but when you put your home on the market, it goes from the home you live in to a product. But set those memories aside and remember, you're now merchandising, right? You're now a marketer of this product.
That's what we need to do when a house isn't selling. What do we need to do to help a buyer envision being here and loving this home and wanting to buy it?
The place you start is, first off, mindset, but don't take it personally. Look at the market feedback that you did receive, and remember, it's not failure, it's just you haven't got it done yet. Was the product competitive? Meaning, was the condition, finishes, the staging, the presentation, how do you compare to the homes that did sell while you're on the market? Were the photos good? And was the marketing on point?
So maybe if you do a refresh, maybe you refresh your furniture, you get some fresh pillows, or you replace some bedspreads and some throw pillows or whatever, or you do some painting or some new carpet or whatever you've decided is holding your house back, and you refresh it, then maybe we refresh and update the photos. Could be the yard, curb appeal. Yeah.
Refresh the photos. People that have been looking for homes have probably gone over your home many, many times as they're looking online. They've seen it, they recognize it, and they're going, oh, I've already seen that home.
So what do you do about that?
You get new photos. You get a photo refresh. You maybe highlight some different spaces, rooms, indoor, outdoor views, scenes of the house versus what you had been using in the other.
So
go ahead.
What we've also seen is we've seen, if there's not a major difference, right, or a minor difference, is just changing up the photo order and making a different photo, what we call the hero shot.
And those first 5 photos are so key. Yeah, but those first 5 are key, right?
We know that everybody swipes quick, right? So if your first few photos don't capture them and make them want to see more or see your house in person, then you need to change it up.
The intent is to get buyers that are online looking at homes to come and actually see the home in person. But the other part of that is the remarks, the comments, or the description of the home, correct?
Sometimes telling a better story about it, highlighting different things can help. So some of the tips for a strong re-entry, Tigo, don't just change the list price quietly. If you're going to change price, make sure it's a big announcement, it gets splashed out everywhere. And that's remarketing it and getting it out so that people who have maybe looked at your house online before, that it shows up in their news feed or their email or whatever site they're on, that it shows up again.
If you've got a home for sale and you're kind of frustrated on what's going on in the market, talk with your broker. Talk about these different strategies to get it reboosted, relisted. I'll just kind of, this a little pro tip thing, is you can pause it on all the websites. So in New Mexico, or here in central New Mexico, in the multiple listing service, we have a status called withdrawn. It means the property is still listed for sale. There's still a listing agreement between the seller and the listing broker. However, we pause the marketing, we take it off of all the websites. And what that does, when you do bring it back on in a few days, a week, or whatever it is, it's going to come up for buyers as maybe something fresh, something new. Even though it will show total days on market, it does feel like a fresh listing many times, and it'll get some new attention.